If you use a certain amount of this credit card, I will take it from your piggy bank. Closed mouths don't get fed. I think it's like 800K for one house. That's just the minimum. I could not afford 1,500 a month for childcare costs. You don't need that Netflix account. I love money.
What would you tell other single parents who feel overwhelmed by financial responsibilities?
Okay. What are we doing today?
So today we're going to talk about finances and how things work as a single mother.
Okay. I'm ready. Let's go.
How do you invest in your own personal development when time and money are limited?
I keep investing because personal development is key for you to grow in life, for you to grow in anything that you're trying to do. If there's no finances, I can't go physically purchase a course or buy something for my knowledge or something like that. I go to YouTube. Thank God for the internet. YouTube has so far helped me a lot of ways. Even when I was in school, there's some things that my professor was not able to explain to us in lecture, in class. I go to YouTube and YouTube breaks it down. For us to have that access and for you not to utilize it, you are just doing yourself. So for me, that's what I normally do. I go to YouTube or I do my research. I do my due diligence to do research for free resources. You'll be very, very surprised at how many development resources to elevate yourself that is out there on the internet, or out there if you just have conversations with your boss or with your friends or with like-minded people that you guys are trying to move to the next stage of life. Closed mouths don't get fed. If you know that you're trying to move to the next stage of your life, you need to open your mouth and talk to people. If you don't have any money, I've been in that position before, or if you're just finding it hard to pay somebody to help you or pay somebody or pay for classes or whatever the case might be, there are tools, there are resources out there that are free of charge.
What would you tell other single parents who feel overwhelmed by financial responsibilities?
Create a budget plan. It's easy to be overwhelmed as a single parent, as couples, as whatever, or you not even having kids. Creating a budget may be just simple as knowing what are your important responsibilities that you need to take. If it's your house rent, if it's your mortgage, if it's your car note, if it's your insurance, create that budget. And once you have created those budgets, you now have a clear picture on where the money is going, how is it going, how can you divide it, what can you save, what can you not save, where it needs to be cut. Because once you have those things written out or typed out, however you may do it, it shows you that, okay, these type of things are taking money. You don't need that Netflix account if you know you're not bringing in a certain amount of money. You don't need this account. You don't need to be paying for this. You cut it. I remember when back in the days when I was a student full-time and I was not really working, right? And I know financial problems or stuff like that was an issue. DC had some type of programs. They can help with childcare costs, putting your child somewhere. You don't have to be spending your own money to be paying. They can help with healthcare costs, and they can even help with housings if it has gotten to that level. If your own has gotten to that level, you need to go that route. It's not a bad thing to get assistance to your local government. That's what they're there for. That's why we pay taxes, to assist. For me, it basically helped me to get to where I was, because I knew that at that moment I needed somewhere to be putting my child, and I could not afford 1,500 a month for childcare costs. I think it's more now, but back then it was 1,500 a month. I couldn't afford that. The last thing that I would just say is creating an emergency fund. Create something that you know that can last you for 6 months. Let's say, for instance, you lose your job. That emergency account or funds will give you a duration of time to get yourself back on your feet.
What's the biggest financial mistake you made early in your single motherhood journey, and how did you recover from it?
Let's be honest. To be honest, I'm very good with my money, and I can't really recall any mistakes or huge life-changing mistakes that I made that would make me feel like, oh, I should have done this. I'm very precise with my money, and anything that I put into investment or I want to buy, I already have calculated when I want to buy it, how I want to buy it, and how much I need to save up. The only thing that I can think about is, I remember maybe 10 years ago, a friend of mine, she had told me to invest in these homes in DC. It's not a mistake, it's something that I should have done. So it's not that I invested in it. I should have invested, but I didn't. But let me finish with my story. A good friend of mine, she told me about these homes in DC that within, let's say 5 years to 10 years, that neighborhood is going to be going around, go up to like $1 million worth of type of homes that is going to be around there. And at that time, that particular time, homes around that area in DC was like, you can get them from like the low 200s and the mid 300,000. But that particular time, I was not stable. I wasn't financially stable. My daughter was still small. I was still in school full time, and I was still doing in and out jobs. I didn't really have a savings or emergency funds. Now, those homes in that neighborhood, to get one house, you have to put down at least, I think it's like 800K for one house. That's just the minimum. I wish I would have made that leap. I wish I could transport my mindset today to 10 years ago, because I would have definitely moved different. It doesn't have to be like real estate, but any type of business that comes my way, especially something that I know is going to be lucrative or it has the potential to grow in the future, I would definitely jump on it. And I'm not jumping on it blindly, I'm jumping on it with experience.
How do you prioritize your finances?
I budget smartly. And what do I mean by budgeting smartly is I take my essentials first. Your essentials are the roof over your head, food, and essential things that you may need. In my case, I prioritize that first. So whatever money that is coming in, those are what goes in first. The next is my investments. Now, if I have a business and I'm running a business, sometimes the business is running itself. The funds that's coming in and out pays for their expenses. But if it's like my job money that is coming in, I take a little portion of that. For me, I take a certain portion, and my portion is 20%. And why I take 20% is because I want to pour back into that business. Then the rest is basically miscellaneous. And my miscellaneous can have like different stuff like shopping. I don't do it in a way that I over splurge. Let's say, for instance, I want to buy a phone of $1,000, right? I make sure that I can buy that phone 3 times. So instead of me saving $1,000, I make sure I have 3K in my account.
How do you undo your emotions and spending?
I don't do that. I don't emotional spend, because that is basically putting yourself in danger. When you're full of emotions, especially if you're going through a breakup, divorce, stress, you don't want to use those emotions to go and get temporary pleasure. And for us women, we're all guilty of it, but you have to caution it. If you use that emotions and say, okay, I'm going to go and buy this to make, you will buy the whole store. And by the time you come back next week, or when it's time for you to pay your important bills, you're going to feel it. And you're going to feel like, what did I do? For me, how I've worked that out, once I'm in that emotional state of mind, I window shop. I'll go to my Amazon. You just see things in my Amazon cart. I will not buy it. I make sure I remove my credit card from the express payment, because that's another thing that can get you. If you know your credit card is linked to it and you press pay now, it will go. But if your credit card is not linked, you have to go look for your credit card, start punching it in. And by the time you're punching it in, that may discourage you, because you see how much it is and there's no discounts or stuff like that. Can discourage you sometimes. It has helped me with my savings, with my money. My bank account is full. I like to look at my account and see money in it. I don't like to see 000. So when I see money in my account, I'm smiling.
You have a lot of knowledge around finance. Mm-hmm. What are things you're doing to pour this knowledge to your child?
Passing on your financial knowledge to your child, to your kid. Because what I've noticed in this generation, and even our generation, we were not taught. We had to teach ourselves based on experience. When I started my business, she had her own piggy bank, and anything she wanted, I will give her money, her dad will give her money, or if she does stuff around the house, we'll give her money, or aunties will come around, or friends will come around and give her money. She puts it in that piggy bank. That's her savings, her physical savings in her mind. And every 2 weeks or every month, I will let her count how much she has saved. And if she wants something, let's say a toy, some clothes or whatever, she lists the things she wants, or we go to the store of everything she wants. And I'll let her know, how much do you have in your savings? If whatever that she wants comes up to over what she has in her savings, I'll let her know that we can afford it. I can afford it as her mother, but I'm trying to get her to understand that not everything that you see in the store that I go with you that we'll buy. I'm conditioning her to understand that I work hard to get this thing, so will you too as well. And I've seen how it has affected her as she has grown. Because before she asks me for anything, even from Amazon, she'll look at the price. She say, "Mommy, this is not too expensive, right?" She doesn't go for something because she likes it. She's very cautious about how much it costs, if it's on sale, or what will my mom say. So I've conditioned her to understand that you can't just send me a $500 pair of shoes or purse or whatever that you want and you expect me to just buy for you. And if I don't buy it for you, she'll throw a tantrum. And once I saw that, that's when I gave her a credit card. Her credit card, basically, when they have like school trips, I don't give her physical money, and I tell her to leave her piggy bank so she can see her money growing. So that credit card is linked to me, and I let her know that if you use a certain amount of this credit card, I will take it from your piggy bank. So that's how I caution her on it. And I let her know that you can't just swipe. There's repercussions to the same way that you are cautious about what I'm going to buy for you. Now that you have a card, when you go to school or when you're on your field trip, don't go and start buying for your whole entire friend to show them that you have a card. Be responsible, and she has been doing that, and I'm very proud of her. Thank you guys for watching my video. I really appreciate it, and I hope that my video brought some value, some information, and some knowledge to you for you guys to understand and kind of implement also, not just listening to it and nodding your head or clicking the like button, but even though I want you to do all those things, I actually want you to implement these type of things that I just mentioned in my video, because it really worked out for me, and I know for a fact it can work out for you. But don't forget to still share to anybody that you feel that needs to hear this video, and subscribe for more tips. Thank you.